All right, imagine an entire county without power for days. That's what folks in Madison County, Florida experienced as the eye of Hurricane Helene crossed over the rural community after coming ashore last Thursday night.
New Yorkers from the Red Cross, Emergency Management Department, and water rescue teams have fanned out across the South to bring some much needed relief and restore hope to some of the hardest hit areas.
The power went out. And all of a sudden, the wind just started howling. I didn't know what to expect when the sun would rise the following morning.
Madison County is a rural area of fewer than 20,000 people. It sits between Tallahassee and Jacksonville and is just 15 miles south of the Georgia border.
I lived through a Cat 4 night storm. I've never experienced anything so frightening.
In the last year, the people here have experienced a 1, 2, 3 punch from hurricanes Idalia, Debbie, and now Helene.
Thankfully, we had no loss of life here. Quite a few houses were hit. Quite a few houses were devastated.
Local, state, and federal responders are assisting here and in other parts of Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas.
The Army Reserve was giving out tarps and ice and water and MREs at our local high school.
That help is also coming from New York and specifically Rochester.
It takes your breath away.
Richard McCory is among the 12 volunteers from Red Cross of Western New York region who have been in position since last week.
Probably the worst thing that they've ever gone through in their life, but we try to give them that little spark of hope that there are brighter days ahead, even though it may not seem like it at the moment.
He's watched as the number of people seeking shelter continues to double as folks can no longer tolerate 80 and 90-degree temperatures. As of tonight, Red Cross in Macon, Georgia, housed some 500 people.
There's no air conditioning. And even in the shelters that we provide, we don't have power. You know, we just provide them with a roof over their head and a cot to sleep on and feed them.
And just a note here, Cheryl Thomas spoke to me from a relative's home in Northwest Florida. She learned tonight that her power is back on and she's hoping to return to Madison as early as tomorrow. Charlie Jackson's power restored last night was restored. Both of these survivors have friends and family here in Rochester. That's how I was able to connect with them. And as for how we can help, the Red Cross says monetary donations as well as blood donations are greatly appreciated. And we have details on how you can donate with this article at rochesterfirst.com. They also